Hi, I am Caroline Chang, the producer and host of Awake to Oneness Radio. I launched my podcast over 5 years ago, about 6 months after my son transitioned, my only son, Kyle, who is in spirit. When I use the word transition, I mean he is no longer here in the physical realm, but he is not gone. I was inspired to launch my show, Awake to Oneness Radio, to share what resonates as true for me. I have always said that truth comes from one place. It's inside your heart. That is where the only place you can find the truth. So for me, I share what resonates as true. I have been saying now for over 8 months, 2020 is the year of clear vision. Now that came to me through channeled messages and it resonated with me as truth. So I've been sharing it for over 8 months, that 2020 is the year of clear vision. And it's no coincidence that when you go to the eye doctor and he says you have 20/20 vision, it means you have clear sight. So that's no coincidence. I always kind of felt that things were going to start happening towards the end of the year, maybe September. I had no idea we would be in a global shutdown for over a month now because of COVID-19. I've been sharing again since day one. I've been sharing what resonates as true for me. I have said to many people on my show many times that I stopped watching mainstream news September of 2001. So over 19 years, I have not watched mainstream news. And I can tell you how that came about. It was not from a book. It was not from a person. It came from inside of me. We have spirit guidance. We have intuition, whatever name you want to call it, that speaks to us from within. We all have that. So, and what I call my higher self, you can have any name you want for it, but what I call my higher self, it has guided me my entire life, and it always speaks to you in a whisper. But this time, it yelled at me. It didn't speak to me in a whisper. This was a couple of weeks after 9/11, and my higher self from within yelled at me to turn off the news and don't ever turn it back on. And I didn't know why. I even said aloud, why? But I was obedient. I didn't know why my inner guidance, my higher self, was telling me to turn off the news in September of 2001. I had no idea. I just turned it off and never turned it back on. It wasn't until exactly 11 years later, it was the anniversary of 9/11. It was September 11th, 2012, where again, I was guided by spirit to do some research, my own research. I really never looked into what happened on 9/11. I kind of just took, like everybody took, what was told to us. I'm like, okay, I guess that's what happened. That's what they're telling us what happened. But on September 11th, 2012, I was guided to do my own research. So I researched what happened that day on YouTube because, again, not watching news, YouTube was where I would look for information. I found, actually, and I had no idea this was going on, I found 3 documentaries. One was sponsored by Families for 9/11 Truth. That was the first documentary I watched, the entire thing. Then the second documentary I watched was by architects and engineers for 9/11 Truth. That was a second documentary. And the third documentary I watched was Building 7, The Smoking Gun. Now, I don't even know if you can still find those documentaries on YouTube. I kind of looked and I can't really find them, but they were there in 2012. And I watched those three documentaries back to back. After watching those documentaries, I knew why my higher self told me to stop watching mainstream news. I knew that the official narrative was not anywhere near the truth. With my own eyes, I could see the physical evidence that what we had been told about 9/11 wasn't true. And I realized that's why. So it was a whole 11 years later that I found out why I was told to stop watching mainstream news. Now here, so I want to show you, maybe you guys, I don't know if you're aware, I put together a PowerPoint, and I'm not sure if you're aware, there's a very large movement for 9/11 Truth that I'm actually just learning about myself. I'm not much of an activist. I don't go protest and things like that. My show is how I share my truth with the world. So I did put together, and I'm going to share my screen with you now, a little slideshow. So here we go. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Again, have a little patience because, oh, here it is. Here's the, there we go. Okay, 9/11 Truth movement. Very, very, very large movement. Now, I'm sure you do not hear about this movement on the mainstream news. Now, they have done lots of protests. I don't know, I think it's worldwide, probably mainly in the US, but there have been lots of protests that never make the mainstream news, I'm sure. I haven't watched mainstream news in 19 years and never intend to watch it again. But I'm sure that all these protests were not covered on CNN and ABC and Fox, whatever mainstream news outlets, I'm sure, did not cover these protests because there's something, this is something that the mainstream news does not want anybody to focus on. The fact that there's too much evidence. There's too much evidence that 9/11 did not happen the way we were told. Also, look what happened after 9/11. War after war after war. And now to fly, we basically almost have to be strip searched to fly because of 9/11. So again, our rights were stripped away from us because of 9/11, and it gave the US the excuse to go to war. That's what happened with 9/11, and we have not 1 ounce of truth of what actually happened that day. Oh, sorry. Went ahead to a slide too far. Okay, I'm going to keep my slideshow up because you don't need to look at me. We're going to focus on the slides. Okay, so I understood, again, that after watching those 3 documentaries, 11 years after I stopped watching mainstream news, why I was instructed, because the mainstream news gives a narrative that is not true. This is my heart. Now, you can believe whatever you want to believe. I'm sharing what's in my heart and what resonates as true. Okay. All right. So now we are in this pandemic, fear pandemic, I call it. And I've learned a couple of new things over the weekend, actually over the past week. I want to share the things I've learned by doing my own homework, doing my own research that I've shared. This slide, I just found this out yesterday. that the HIV virus does not cause AIDS. Now, there is a test that identifies and isolates. I want you to pay attention to the words I'm using. There is an HIV test that identifies and isolates the HIV virus. Now, for many, 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 many years, we have been led to believe that it causes AIDS. And I was shocked to find this out, that the HIV virus does not cause AIDS. There is a link there at the bottom, which for an article that was just posted in January of this year. But this information is very well known in the scientific community and in the medical community, that HIV virus does not cause AIDS. That was news to me. And I don't know how many of you know this, and I don't know if it was publicized a lot on mainstream news. Because again, I don't watch mainstream news. But that was something I just found out yesterday. I wanted to share because that was a shocker to me. It's like, oh, okay. And all right, going to, sorry. I said I made a PowerPoint. This is the first time I'm actually sharing a PowerPoint, so I want to see. Okay, another thing, I just watched a document. Another thing, okay, I watched a lot of documentaries. I don't watch news, I watch documentaries. And I watched a new documentary that just came out a few days ago. A guest of mine had shared this documentary with me. And last night, Sunday night, I said, let me check it out. And in watching this documentary, Planet of the Humans, the summary, to summarize Planet of the Humans, it basically is saying that what we think is green, sustainable energy is actually more damaging to the environment and to our planet than fossil fuels. That is what this summary of this documentary. This documentary you can see free on YouTube. It just came out less than a week ago. Everything I am sharing with you, I encourage you to please do your homework on it. Do your own research. Don't listen to me. I've always said this. Don't listen to me. Do your own homework. Go what resonates as true for you. And right now, all I'm doing is sharing what is true for me. So I watched this documentary last night, and it resonated with me that what we are considering green energy, solar energy, wind energy, electric cars, all of these things actually are more damaging to the earth, to the planet, and the environment than fossil fuels, because they all use fossil fuel. So it's all I can say. The very good documentary. Please watch it. You can watch it for free on YouTube. Okay. Also, I like to share. I shared this. I emailed a few of my friends this documentary last night when I got it, even before I watched it. And I got an email back from one of my friends that, oh, she doesn't want to watch it because she thinks the producer is compromised. I can't even tell you the name of, not the person who actually created the film, but the person that produced the film. But anyway, I was like, so she, and everything that she stands for, this documentary actually backs her up, but she turned a blind eye to it, meaning she didn't even give it a chance because she felt that the person that produced it was compromised, which honestly, I don't know what she means by that. I am not political at all. I don't have a political bone in my body. I stand for one thing, and that is truth and nothing else. So I do encourage you to do your own research. Check out the documentary. You can't judge a documentary or a film before you watched it. And that is what my friend did. And the thing is, that's what a lot of people do. Again, this year, 2020, year of clear vision, means keep your eyes open to everything. And if somebody wants to share with me some mainstream news that they can back up with evidence, I'll look into it. I'll look into anything and everything because I want to know the truth. Okay, next thing. Okay, the CDC, Center for Disease Control and Prevention. In the United States, on average, 250,000 people die every month for the past 4 years. That's the average of people that die in the United States for the past 4 years. Now, I've been speaking to different people about this pandemic, which I know in my heart and soul, it is a fear pandemic. It's not a pandemic because of any virus. And I've been sharing this for the past 2 months. And whenever I speak to a person about this, they say, but people are dying, but people are dying. So I looked up the numbers. I went to the CDC. I found out 250,000 people die in this country every month. When has it been that people didn't die? And then when I say that to them, they have nothing else to say. People die all the time. And here are the numbers. The average for the United States is 250,000 people a month. That is the numbers. You can go to the CDC website, check that out. Everything I'm going to show you, I want you to verify on your own. Just don't take my word for it. Okay. Here again, I got this chart right off of the CDC website. Average daily number of deaths in the United States for the year 2017. Now, this is daily deaths. Okay, it's showing the whole year of 2017 by month. Okay, so this is your average daily number of deaths in the United States by the day for the year of 2017. Again, I got this chart right off of the CDC website. Okay, here's another chart, which is now showing for the month. This is showing for the month of March in 2018. There was 249,000 deaths in the single month of March in 2018. Okay, let's go to the March of 2019. Last year, March, there were 253,000 deaths. So a few more deaths last year in 2019 than 2018. Now, from what I've been told, that the numbers, the total number of deaths for 2020, March 2020, have not been reported yet, even though there was I did my homework. There was an article that had a number, but I don't trust it. So I'm not even going to give you that information because it was an article I found last night. I shared with a few people, but then I did some more homework on that article and I don't trust it. But the number of COVID-19 deaths for March 2020 has been reported as 4,053. So that's what this chart is showing. Total number of deaths for March 2018 in the United States. Total number of deaths for March 2019 in the United States. And total number of deaths for COVID-19 in the United States for the month of March 2020. So my question is, looking at this chart, do you think in your own heart and soul that the world, no, not just the country, but the world should be shut down, economy ruined for this number? Because we were shut down pretty much the whole month of March, now the entire month of April. Okay, let's go on to the next one. All right, now here is, I'm sure people have seen tons of pictures of this COVID-19 virus, but do you know and do your homework? No COVID-19 virus has ever been isolated or identified using postulates. Okay, so this is, or even by the modified rivers for viral diseases. Basically, there's a process in science and in medicine to identify a virus, to isolate and identify a virus. That has not been done for COVID-19. Don't take my word for it. Do your own homework. No COVID-19 virus has ever been isolated or identified. So again, everything I'm showing you is things I just found out from my own research. Okay, now here's Dr. Andrew Kaufman, MD, exposing exactly what I just told you. That the COVID-19 virus has never been isolated or identified. You can go to, there's a link here for the YouTube where he is giving his PowerPoint demonstration from his medical and scientific expertise, and also a link here to his website. What he's sharing resonates with me as true. And if it didn't, I wouldn't be sharing it with you. Okay? All right. Again, go check him out. You don't have to take my word for it. All right. So the test that they're using, it's called the RT-PCR Test, is what they're using to test for COVID-19. Now, this test is not testing for a virus because, again, there's never been a virus isolated. So it can't test for something that has never been found. What it's testing for is genetic material. The genetic material is RNA. Now, exactly what that means, I'm not a scientist. I'm not in medicine. All I know is that the test is not testing for a virus. It is testing for genetic material. And again, please do your own homework on that. And also, I might say it's genetic material that is found in most people. That's all the test is doing, is testing for genetic material that is already found in most people. Okay, the inventor of the test that I just talked about, the test that they're using to determine if a person has COVID-19, the RT-PCR test was created or invented by Kary Mullis. And he is an American biochemist that invented this test. And he got the Nobel Peace Prize in 1993. He invented the test in 1984. He said that this test should not be used for testing for viral disease. The inventor of the test states that this test should not be used for detecting viral diseases. Okay, again, everything I'm showing you, please do your own homework. Okay, I'm going to share with you a few doctors that I have been following the past few days. Dr. Sorry, I'm bad with names, and anyone that listens to my show knows how I'm bad with names. But Dr. Shavi, I'm sure I'm saying his name wrong, but you can see it. He put out a really, really, really good video that I watched yesterday, and the title of that video is Fear and Ignorance, the Real Bioweapon. Very good video. I would recommend everybody to watch it on YouTube. I also have the link to it, the video there, and a link to his YouTube channel. He is not a medical doctor. He has, I think, 4 PhDs from MIT. So he is a scientist, an inventor, and he's also running for U.S. Senate in Massachusetts. Again, not political at all. I don't live in Massachusetts. I can't even vote for him. So all I know is what he is sharing on his YouTube channel resonates with me. And he's an expert on many, many things. I very highly recommend you check out his channel. Okay, another doctor, Dr. Buttar, who is an MD and has been practicing medicine for over 30 years. I have been following his channel for the past week, actually. And he has he shares very interesting insights on his channel. So I have his website, askdrbuttar.com, and also his YouTube channel. So please visit him as well. Okay, Dr. Judy Meibowitz. Okay, she is an American researcher, medical researcher. She actually was in jail for speaking up against vaccines. Okay, so she was actually jailed. I learned about her and her work from Dr. Buttar. And they actually did an interview together recently. If you go to Dr. Buttar's website, you will see an interview with Dr. Judy on there. So I really give my hats off to her for standing up for what she truly believes, where she actually was jailed for speaking out against vaccines. Okay, now what's happening on social media is really disturbing, to say the least, because what is happening to our freedom of speech? Everybody has a voice and can share what they believe, and everybody should be able to do that without being attacked. I personally have been attacked recently for sharing posts on Facebook. Just sharing what I believe resonates with me as true. People come back and they start to curse at you. I mean, really? You're cursing at me because I am sharing what I believe is true? Come on, really think about that, people. Think about, so London Real, which is a show I've watched many times, Brian did an interview with David Icke, live interview on April the 6th, I want to say. And it was, it got over 1 million views live. Then it was immediately taken down. Now, Alex Jones, honestly, the only thing I've ever seen, I've never seen Alex Jones' show before, except for the interview he did with Dr. Buttar. And I found out that an interview that Dr. Buttar did was also taken down and had over 2 million views, also banned from YouTube and Facebook. So my question is, why? Why are these interviews with these journalists being banned from YouTube and Facebook? People, like, Okay, I said I shared the video, the film last night, Planets of the Humans. I shared that with a friend of mine. She's like, not interested. I don't want to watch it. I'm like, okay. I'm not going to hold a gun to her head to watch it, but she had the opportunity to watch it. But if she doesn't want to watch it, she doesn't watch it. If a person sees that David Icke is having an interview with any of these gentlemen, and you don't want to watch it, you don't watch it. Why is it being banned? People, you have to wake up. Ask yourself, why are interviews being banned from Facebook and YouTube? Not only that, Facebook and YouTube are taking down videos and posts if you are just suggesting to people to take more vitamin C or vitamin D and A. Vitamin C, I know, boosts your immune system very much. And people are suggesting, if people suggest on Facebook and YouTube to take vitamin C's, to take vitamins to help boost your immune system, those posts and videos are actually being taken down. Are you kidding me? I didn't know I went to bed and woke up in a fascist, communist country. I just didn't know that happened. But when you're taking away our rights, our freedom to speak, that's what's happening. So I'm gonna stop sharing the my screen. Stop sharing. Come back. Hi, it's me again. I posted a video last weekend that I do not want to wear a mask, because to me, that is a symbol of fear. And it is taking away my constitutional right. And I do intend, and I hope I have people that will support me in this, I do intend to actually take a class action suit out against the United States for taking away my constitutional rights because of a scam. And that's what's happening. And I would love to find, if an attorney, a civil rights attorney, is listening to this this broadcast, this video, please contact me. My contact information is on my website. You can contact me easy. I would love for anyone else that this information resonates with as true and feels like I do, and feel that our rights have just been stripped away for a hoax, please contact me, because I totally am not, I'm not standing by and letting my constitutional rights be taken away. Now, I needed to go to the store this past Friday, and I didn't want to bother my neighbors. So I went to Walmart. I had one of these, I bought a bunch of dust masks a few years ago that I never used. So I had, like when you're dusting behind the sofa and whatnot, and you have all that dust. So I had some masks. So I put it on just to go in the store. I took it off right when I got out of the store. I saw kids, young people in there that had the mask on, but down by their neck. They're like, not even thinking about it. It's like, because this is a bigger hoax than 9/11. But they're crashing the world economy. Nothing they're doing bothers me in the least, because I know who I am. I am a divine, sovereign being of light. And I give them no permission to interfere with me, because my show, that's basically what my show is about. This whole slideshow was kind of a deviation from what I usually talk about, which is who we truly are. as divine beings of light. And that's why I say, go within. Please go within. Trust your heart. I'm not saying I'm not talking about trust what you find on the internet. I'm not saying trust what you hear in mainstream news. I'm saying trust what your heart is telling you. Because this year, 2020, is the year of clear vision. It is the beginning of humanity's mass awakening. So I want you, and also I have here, because I want to share something with you. Aloe vera gel. This I use on my face. I don't put anything on my face except for water. I wash my face with water and aloe vera. It's 100%. It says 100% gel, which I'm not sure what that means. But anyway, this is a very inexpensive item that I've always gotten at Walmart. Now, I noticed, now months before any of this COVID-19 started, I would say starting December of 2019, I was not able to find this product in Walmart. And I've always bought it at Walmart. All it is aloe vera gel. I wasn't able to find it. So eventually I said, okay, let me order some. I wish I had ordered some earlier, but I ordered some. No, I ordered it. The order went through on March 5th. I ordered a pack of 3 for under $8. It was like $7.89 for a pack of 3. I'm like, oh, what a good deal. I like bargains. That was a bargain, because I think it's like maybe $3.50 a bottle at Walmart. And so it's like, when I saw a pack of 3 for $7.89, oh, like, I bought it. And it was in the cart. The order, quote unquote, was on its way. Never got to me. The order never got to me. About 2 weeks later, I get an email from Walmart. It was canceled. So then I go online again looking for it. Now, the same bottle that was $3.50 in the store, online special, 3 bottles for $7.89. The same bottle now was over $17 for a bottle. Not breathing. No. I mean, I don't know what you can see I'm almost out. I don't know what I'm gonna put on, because I do not put anything on my face other than I don't put soap on my face, and I only moisturize my face with aloe vera gel. So if anybody can tell me where I can get the aloe vera 100%, well, it's not 100% aloe vera, it's 100% gel. But if anybody can tell me where I can get this at a reasonable price, $3 or $4, I'll love to order some, because I'm just about out. But I'm making this video because I want to say, stop the madness, truly. And it's not that you have to agree. Please stop calling people names because they don't agree with you. Okay? Share in love. Okay? I forgive everybody, and I'm forgiving you before I even get the comments. I forgive everybody that calls me a name or posts a negative comment to my video, because I know that you're acting from a place of fear. Because there's only 1 or 2 places we can respond from: love or fear. Love always responds with kindness, always. Fear responds with hateful words, name calling, and attacks. That's fear. So if you're going to respond to anybody's post, try to do it from a place of love and kindness. Thank you for listening. I know I'm going to do more of these videos because we're here. We're in the midst of it. It's 2020, the year of clear vision. I am wide awake, and I am looking at everything. So thank you for listening. God bless you all. Love you all. Namaste. Have a great week.